Hey guys, this is Miss Sunderman here. This week we decided to do something a little different. We have decided that we are going to add some story problems, optional, but we think it'll be a great way to practice and keep these 3 read strategies in their head for next year when they go to second grade. So what we have in front of us right now is a story problem map, and this is something that we use each day in math. And we have at the top our 3 read strategy. We have our read 1, our read 2, and our read 3. And under each one, it asks us a question such as under read 1, it says, what is the story about? Under read 2, it asks you, what are you trying to find out? And read 3, what is the important information? So let's start with our first read. We're thinking what the story is about. Now with any story, it could be about bunnies, it could be about candy, it could be about marbles, it could be about race cars, it could be about anything really. Anything they want to make up a story and make it about, they can make it about. So let's read our story. It says John has 13 turtles. 7 of his turtles ran away. How many turtles does John have left? So if I'm looking at my read 1, what is the story about? I know that this story is about turtles. So I can check that off because I'm done with my first read. Now I'm going to go to my second read. What am I trying to find out? So when I'm thinking about what I'm trying to find out, I'm going to go back to the question. After I read it a second time, I'm going to think about what the question is asking me because the question is going to tell me what I'm trying to find out. So let's read it one more time. John has 13 turtles. 7 of his turtles ran away. How many turtles does John have left? So by reading it again and thinking about what I'm trying to find out, I'm trying to find out how many turtles does John have left? And now I can check that off. Now I'm on my read 3. What is the important information? So with any problem, you're going to have important information, and the important information is what information do you need to be able to solve the problem? And in most cases, that's going to be the numbers that are in the problem. Now, you will run into problems that do not have numbers, but those are going to come later on. So let's read it one more time and think about the important information we have to know to be able to solve the problem of how many he has left. John has 13 turtles. 7 of his turtles ran away. How many turtles does John have left? So, if I look at it, I need to know what he started with, and he started with 13 turtles. Now I need to know how many ran away so I can figure out how many he has left. And 7 ran away. So I'm done with my read 3, so I can check that off. Now we're going to come down here to this box right here. And we're going to look at the 4 different types of story problems, and we're going to decide which type of story problem this one is. So we have joining, separating, part total, and comparing. A joining problem means that something's being given to you or you are giving something to somebody. Nothing is being taken away. For example, if I had 5 brownies and my friend gave me 5 more, how many brownies would I have? Or my friend has 6 apples and I give her 5 more, how many apples does she have? Or there were 3 birds sitting on a power line and 3 more joined. How many birds in all? That's an example of some joining problems. A separating means you're separating something from the problem. Something's going away, something might be getting eaten, something might be getting smushed, maybe something ran away. Something is going away. Now part total, we say that when there's no action. Nothing is being given, nothing is being taken away. So an example of a part total would be, I have 6 apples and 5 oranges. How much fruit do I have in all? I'm not taking anything away and I'm not getting anything more. Comparing means we're comparing 2 numbers, or maybe we're comparing 2 items. We want to know how many more or how many fewer, how many less. So for this problem, if I look back on it, I know that he lost some of his turtles. So that means that something got separated. So we are separating, which means we are going to be subtracting. So now we're going to come down here to our diagrams and we're going to look. Now if you look, you see 3 diagrams. We've got one long strip diagram that has 20 boxes, and we have 2 that are divided by a thick black box down the middle. Now what I'm going to do right now is cross off these 2 because we don't need these right now because we use these only when we're doing comparing problems. So I'm going to be using the long strip diagram to 20 to show that I'm doing a separating problem. So what I'm going to do first, and you can do this with 2 colors, you can do it with 1 color, whatever the child prefers, but I prefer 2 colors just so I can see the difference. So I'm going to look at what John started with. He started with 13. So I'm going to make 13 dots. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. As a good mathematician, I need to always go back and check my work, so I'm going to go back and make sure that I have 13 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, now I need to show that 7 ran away. So I'm not adding 7 to it because then that would show that I'm gaining more turtles. I'm losing turtles. So I've got to show 7 running away. So how I show that on here is I'm just going to mark out 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me double check that just to make sure I marked off the right amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Now I'm going to circle what I have left so I can visually see what's left. And that's how you represent your story problem. So now we're going to move to this next box, a number sentence with a question mark. That question mark is super important because we're not putting an answer yet. The answer goes in the next box. So for this one, when you're using a separating problem or when you're doing a separating problem, your question mark is always going to come after the equal sign. So as I think about my story, I'd be writing out my number sentence. So John has, let's see, John has, my screen froze up on me, sorry. John has 13 turtles. They ran away. How many ran away? 7. We're left with blank. Now I'm going to go over to this next one and do my solution with a label. Your solution is your answer. The label is what the story is about, which we talked about in our first read. So I'm going to go ahead and count what I circled just to make sure I get the correct answer. Now, I might already know 13 minus 7 automatically in my head, but I want to double check it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my solution is 6, but 6 what? 6 turtles. And there you go. Remember, if you have any issues with this, please email one of your child's teachers and we will be more than happy to help. Have a great week.